And Slafkovsky's got the hot hand right now on the PP.
You want to try that one again? Funny enough, this was a game that I think a lot of players and individuals involved would have liked to have tried again. Another barn burner, another incredible game where the Montreal Canadiens are playing, the most exciting team to be playing in the NHL currently. Yeah, this game was a hell of a lot of fun to watch. So it goes without saying that I have a lot to talk about. So let's talk about it.
Hot dogs, get your hot dogs. Come on, get your hot dogs.
It's Game 7 of the World Series. I can be a homer, but I know when to acquiesce and say, you know, the bigger game is in the Toronto Blue Jays versus the LA Dodgers tonight. However, there is lots of stuff to love in this game. If you missed this one, you're in for a good time in this video. I'm going to recap everything over the highs and lows of this one. There were fights, there were comebacks, there's a hero, there's some villains, comedy, drama. What more could you ask for? Well, I'm going to ask you to please consider subscribing if you're not already a subscriber on this channel. We're on our way to 19,000 subscribers now. Man, if we could hit 20,000 subscribers before the end of the year, I think I'd be over the moon. But you all have been so great to me. Thank you so much, each and every one of you. Big shout out to my members. Big shout out to the individuals sending super chats. You don't have to do that, but it's so appreciated. I want to remind all you subscribers, hit the like button. Helps me out with the stuff that YouTube likes to do. On commence avec la formation de départ. We start with the opening lineup. And there's one thing in this lineup that might cause some controversy, and I totally get why. Nos attaquants, our forwards. We got Caufield, Suzuki, Slaf, Anderson, Evans, Gallagher, Newhook, Kapanen, Demidov, Bolduc, Doc, Veleno, our défenseur, our defenseman, Matheson, Dobson, Struble, Hudson, Jacquet, Carrier, et notre gardien. Who do we got in net tonight? It is Montembeault. He's returning to net. He has to really prove himself tonight. His stats are in the trash can. But you know what? He's in good company because so is Ullmark. Ullmark's having a really hard Vezina winning goaltender. Wait, he's won the Vezina, right? Yeah, he won in 22-23. He's currently sitting at 3.41 goals against and save percentage of .861. A shade above Montembeault, who has had his storyline this season being just how bad he's been playing. At least on the stat sheet. You know what? I can make a defense for him in terms of whether or not you watch the game or you're just looking at the stats, because he does get hung out to dry a lot, and some of these goals, man, like nobody's saving them. So they dropped the puck in the first period. Someone who I really wanted to watch this match was Jacquet. I wanted to make sure he was having good puck retrieval and good times transitioning the puck into the neutral zone and then hopefully into the offensive zone. That started off really good for him, but now we're seeing Monty having to look sharp. And it felt initially like both these teams were meeting each other in the middle, and the pace of the game was going to eventually be chippy and back and forth. But the Canadiens open up scoring first.
Settles it down. Caufield in home.
That's Cole Caufield. You know him. You love him. He has 10 goals on the season presently. Does that still tie him for first? He is in good company. He is tied for first after some of the games that have concluded tonight with Nathan MacKinnon. Nathan MacKinnon and Cole Caufield at the tippity top. But this goal is incredible. Suzuki scoops up the turnover, puts it up to Caufield, who will just continue in and make it look easy. Puts it between Ullmark's legs, and it squeaks out the back. 1-0 Montreal. Now we see Bolduc posterizing Sanderson, flings him into the Habs bench. Watch out for those skates. McDermott takes exception to that, wants Bolduc to drop the gloves. He wants him to answer the bell. This is a huge mismatch. McDermott must have smoked his pregame protein because this matchup just makes no sense. McDermott is going to the box for that. Check this out, the alternate angle of Sanderson flying into the bench. Wow, those skates get close to Evans. Shields, man, not a bad idea. So Montreal goes to the power play. Are they going to be able to capitalize? They do.
Field. Down for Ivan Demidov. Back to Caufield. In low. Suzuki.
Slafkovsky makes it 2-0. Wow. What an incredible passing play here. This is textbook stuff, but Nick Suzuki puts it behind him. In my opinion, the power play one looks best when they're moving the puck around like this. I loved when Laine was, in his office at the top of the circle, putting in dingers. But this iteration is much more versatile, much more unpredictable. It's just so fun. Now we got Evans throwing the body. Nice to see that there's strong physical play on this team. And now, McDermott is trying to get in the face of Xhekaj. And Xhekaj's not taking the bait. He points up to the scoreboard. We've seen this before, and the last time this happened, it did not end well for the Montreal Canadiens. So Ottawa, I think, wants to respond physically. Clevin has no intention of playing the puck here and is just going to take a run at Carrier. Carrier takes these a lot. I worry about Carrier. I'd like to think they're very cautious with CTE, but yeah, watch out, buddy. Please be careful. Veleno takes exception to this, and he's going to drop the gloves with Clevin, but he certainly gets the worst of this fight. Takes a couple on the cheeks, I think. The good news is, because of this fight, there's a play developing in Montreal's end. Giroux could have scored, but they whistled the play down because there's a fight. Sorry about that one, Ottawa fans. In addition to the offense that he's been providing, Newhook has been excellent on the PK. He's off to an incredible year. I can't say enough good things about Newhook, and I'm going to be talking about him more this game. Spoilers. In fact, speaking of Newhook, fresh off the PK, his line is producing chances in the offensive zone. I really like that line. I don't know if somebody suits it better than Newhook. I'd like to say that he's probably the best suited for that line. But Kapanen and Demidov, I mean, they're so interesting to watch. Now, Ottawa takes a late penalty, but that's going to carry over into the second period because this is done. Let's head into the second period. And remember how I was saying that I'd be talking about Newhook again? Well, here's one of the times. I'm going to continue talking about him. I actually think I mentioned him 3 or 4 times. Maybe not 3 or 4, maybe 2 or 3. So 3-0 Montreal? Nah. Newhook heads to the bench. He does not give fist bumps. He knows that this didn't go in, but the officials were tricked by this one, so they want to review it. They do review it, and the way that it comes off the crossbar, yeah, I get what they're thinking here. It does look like what happens when a puck accelerates because of the netting, and it comes out kind of at a weird velocity, but no goal. 2-0, it remains 2-0. Now we see Demidov again with a really nice opportunity on that Newhook line. So much net here, but he doesn't put it where he wants it. That's okay. Give him some time. In the next few months, he's going to be hitting these every other time. I want to talk about Matheson for a minute here. Matheson has had some great defensive plays this game already, but I didn't want to highlight every single one of them. I do want to get to bed eventually. He's been blocking the puck. His stick has been great, but I really like this play on Stützle when he knocks his guy off the puck. He's been looking really hard to play against. Well, Dirk is now on the break. He sneaks in, but pulls the puck way too far. Too much sauce on this one. And unfortunately, the Senators go the other way, and Drake Batherson is going to make it 2-1.
Driving the net, stopped by Montreal. Batherson.
This looks like a harmless, impossible angle, but what happens here in quick time is Veleno is lazy with clearing the puck. Batherson picks it up. Montembeault loses focus. He's unready. Batherson flips it up, puts it off Montembeault into the net at a weird angle. We move on. Hudson is now all alone in the offensive zone, but is hooked down by Stützle. And we're going to see a Hudson penalty shot. Get ready for the roof to blow off.
Slows down. Hudson stopped by.
Never mind. He went for a very pedestrian 5-hole attempt on Ullmark. Ullmark was patient and he reacted quickly. I was waiting for, I wanted this to happen so bad. It feels like with all these opportunities and Ottawa, struggling to find their pace, find their momentum, Ottawa's just going to get lucky again and tie this thing up.
Pinto shot towards the net. Tip scores.
Yeah, that's what happens. Pinto 2-2. This is stupid, man. And you're going to excuse me here for a minute, but I'm going to go on a little bit of a tirade about goalie interference. So the puck is put on net here. Giroux gets himself deep into the blue crease. He's interfering with Montembeault, obviously, at this point. He initially saves the shot. It goes off his pad, hits Matheson in front, and then goes into the net on the other side of the net. It gets deflected at the angle opposite of where Montembeault is going because he went in that direction, but was also pulled in that direction by Giroux. So I understand Ottawa's argument here. Montembeault makes that initial save, but because of the contact, Montembeault is now impeded and going in the opposite direction of the puck because of his own actions, yes, and also because of the interference. The play is initially called a no goal. So usually when they do that, it's got to be very undeniable evidence that this should be called a goal. The officials would need to feel passionately that their initial call was wrong in order to overturn it. And I guess that's what happens because they called this a goal. I just can't imagine why they would have overturned this, but they do. The goalie interference call continues to be one of the most perplexing calls in the game. And it bugs me, man. So because of all this, because of the 3 goals, obviously Montembeault is again looking down the barrel of a pretty unfortunate bad stat game. The thing is, if you watch the game, it wasn't such a bad game for Montembeault, but you can still just point to those stats, man. And I feel bad for him, but he's going to have to continue to try to prove himself. Dobesh needs to get the next start. Third period starts. We see a fight. Struble versus Cousins. Cousins is defending himself from his actions from the previous game when he slashed Ivan Demidov. This is a short one. Struble finishes this in a hurry. It's not a good matchup for Cousins. And Cousins takes a big one right on the cheek or maybe the jaw. He goes down. I don't think he returns. So hopefully Cousins is all right. Now we see Carrier going weird into the boards. He puts his own head down into the boards here. And this hurts. I've done stuff like this before. So yeah, that don't feel good. And so he's getting some friggin' headshots again. Poor guy. And now it's about halfway through the third period, and at this point, it seems like the Habs wouldn't mind their opponent going up by 1, so they can do what they always do and come back in the third period and then force overtime. Why do they do this to themselves? Well, I don't understand. Why do they do this? We see Gallagher getting the puck into the offensive zone, but he gets taken out late here. This is a missed interference call, in my opinion. And I don't know why there wasn't more ruckus about this, because Stützle goes the other way and makes it 3-2.
Dylan Cousins, Stützle to the net, scores! What a goal!
I don't know. Maybe the hit wasn't that late, but the response here by the defense was not good. Dobson particularly. Matheson gets caught behind the play, can't catch up with Stützle, and then Dobson does his best Evan Bouchard impression and just watches Stützle finish this off on Monty. And yes, Monty could have played his the shooter a little bit more forward here, but it's another game where Montreal goes down by 1 late into the game. Very frustrating that they continue to do this in themselves. And they're looking for a miracle. They're looking for someone to step up and be the hero. Well, with time winding down and only a couple of minutes left, check this out.
Hudson in front,
Ivan Demidov, clutch goal. It was how the prophecies foretold it, of course. Hudson and Demidov do some give and go after sustained pressure in the zone, and they're all tied up again. We're going to overtime. So how will Caufield manage to win this one? I just wonder.
Batherson will take it back. Breakaway for the game.
Disregard. Alex Newhook is going to be the hero of the game. 4-3 for Montreal in overtime. New brows. We got to grow those eyebrows, man. Grow them nice and lush. Another barn burner in OT. But Drake Batherson, what are you doing, homie? Yikes. An incredible game. So fun to watch. Another intense game. At this point, they've won 5 overtime games and 4 regulation games, right? Montreal, like it's hard to debate even. Montreal is the most exciting team to watch in NHL currently. Couldn't believe the soft backhand pass here to Newhook though by Batherson. Someone check his phone to see if he has Newhook for a goal in his betting app. 9 wins, 3 losses, 18 points, top of the Eastern, top of the Atlantic, second in the Eastern, only to the powerful Pittsburgh Penguins. Can you believe this, Penguins fans? Oh no, excuse me. Montreal would indeed be first because Pittsburgh played an extra game. Yeah, it goes Montreal, Pittsburgh, New Jersey, Detroit, Columbus, Carolina, Ottawa. What a weird season this is starting off to be. A lot of good things tonight. A lot of things that I noted that I wasn't so impressed about. Xhekaj ended up playing nearly 15 minutes, so that's solid on ice time for Xhekaj. He was out there during the penalty kill. I liked his game. The only problem is when the dock line is out there and Carrier and Xhekaj are also out there, they have big time problems developing the play and getting out of the zone. So we'll have to monitor that and see if that is indeed a problem. Caufield, Suzuki, and Slaf played great. Anderson, Evans, and Gallagher, I'd like to see them with more offensive chances. Newhook, Capit, and Demidov, you guys did fantastic. Doc, Bolduc, and Veleno. Yeah, I don't love your game defensively. Well, I didn't love it tonight specifically. And Bolduc, you need to stick to that bumper spot, buddy. There was like 2 opportunities where you would have been fed by Doc. And then finally, Montembeault, you still have to keep proving yourself. You got to fight back, buddy. It's going to be a mountain to climb, but you can do it. 2 good games, 3 good games, you're right back in it. Got to keep it under 3 goals, though. That's going to do it for me, guys. Hope you liked the video. Intense. As I'm recording this, I'm still watching the Jays game. It's tied 4-4, the bottom of the 9th. They're probably going to go to extras on this, and it's going to be a heartbreaker for one of the 2 teams. If your heart is broken after that game, hopefully this video brought you some condolences. Hockey, we're back, baby. Montreal Canadiens are killing it. All right, guys, have a good night. Take care of yourselves, and you know what to do. Like the video. It helps me out with, I don't know, something. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed. I'd love to have you. And as always, I will see you down in the comments.
What's up?